Some betrayals come from strangers. Mine came from someone who used to eat at the same dinner table, laugh at the same childhood jokes, and call me sister even when we weren't. His name was Torin, my cousin, my biggest supporter, or so I thought. We grew up like twins. He was loud and charming. I was quiet and always drawing something. While he chased footballs, I chased dreams with my pencil. I started drawing when I was 6. By the time I was 16, my work was being shared online by small art blogs. I had a tiny but growing fan base. Torin used to say, "Anaya, your art is magic." I believed him until the day he stole it. It started with a school competition, a national art contest with a huge prize, and a chance to be featured in a youth magazine. I had worked for months on my piece, a surreal, dreamlike painting of a girl underwater, surrounded by floating memories. It was the best thing I'd ever created. The night before the deadline, I showed it to Torin. He stared at it for a long time. Wow, this could win the whole thing. I hope so, I said, my heart warm from the praise. That night, I uploaded the piece from my account and went to sleep. 2 weeks later, the winner was announced. Wasn't me. It was Torin. And the winning art? My painting, my exact brushstrokes, my signature had been erased. At first, I thought it was a mistake. I stormed into his room, heart pounding. "Torin, why is my art in your name?" He didn't even blink. "I needed a win. You already have people liking your stuff online. I don't." "You stole it," I said, my voice cracking. "I borrowed it," he said, smiling. "You weren't going to win anyway." I couldn't breathe. He had taken my future and wore it like it was his. I told my parents. They told me not to make a scene. "It's just one contest," my father said. "Let it go," my aunt added. "Family is more important." Even my mother, who knew how much that painting meant to me, said, "It's better not to ruin Torin's life over this." No one stood by me. So I stopped talking, I stopped sharing my art, and for 6 months, I stopped believing in myself. But something inside me didn't die. It just got quiet. Waiting. I watched as Torin grew popular. He started an art page on social media using more of my old sketches that he had secretly taken photos of. He even got a scholarship to a famous design school. He was being called a rising star. And then I decided I wouldn't stay silent anymore. I created a new online identity. No face, no name, just art. I started posting my newest pieces, bold, beautiful, and nothing like the soft things I used to draw. My new style exploded. People shared it, followed it, begged to know who the artist was. I signed everything under one name, RKL, a word I made up, a mix of courage and chaos. Within months, RKL had more followers than Torin. Brands started contacting me. Even magazines that once featured him now wanted my work. And then came the perfect chance. A national art conference invited Torin and RKL to be guest speakers. They didn't know we were the same person. I said yes. The night before the event, I didn't sleep. I looked through every piece he had ever posted. I had proof screenshots, timestamps, original sketchbook photos, even video process clips, all showing that I was the true artist. And that morning, I walked into the gallery with fire in my chest. Torin was already there, smiling, shaking hands, like a celebrity. When he saw me, he raised an eyebrow. "Didn't expect to see you here, Anaya." "Don't worry," I said, smiling. "You'll remember this moment." He laughed. "Still mad about that old painting?" "No," I said calmly. "I'm over it. But the world isn't." When it was my turn to speak, I stood at the podium, looked out at the crowd, and began. "I'm RKL, and I want to tell you a story, a true one, about how someone I trusted took credit for my art and how I took it back." I clicked the screen behind me. One by one, I showed my old paintings, then the ones Torin had posted. I showed the sketchbooks, the time-stamped videos, the matching pencil marks, the stolen details. The crowd was silent. Then came the gasps. Torin stood up in panic. "This is a setup." "No," I said, "this is the truth, and you built your career on lies." Security walked him out, cameras followed. By the next morning, every news outlet in the creative world had the headline, "Famous young artist exposed for art theft by cousin." Torin lost everything. The scholarship? Gone. The brand deals? Canceled. His followers turned on him. He tried to apologize. He even wrote a long post blaming pressure and mental health. But I didn't reply. Not once. Today, I signed every piece as Anaya. No more hiding. People know my name now, not because I screamed for attention, but because I earned it. And every time I paint, I do it for that girl who cried alone in her room when no one believed her. She got her revenge with color, with truth, and with silence louder than any lie.